Hello everyone, this is Gad Baruchinkis presenting the results of the co-design sessions, starting with the first topic, the drum instrument we developed together. I will show you how it works and explain what we added. Basically, it's a compilation of all features and requests that the participants brought up during the sessions. It tries to answer almost 100% of them. There are still some points that are yet to be designed here. I will get into it. But basically, this drum instrument, its purpose is to be an intuitive and very fast, easy instrument that for any skill level to produce foundational rhythm section for a track or a jam session and that is very easy, quick, and expressive to get into. A few of the things, the core things that were the highest requests from participants was very high expressivity, very low on mind sore, so less thinking, more intuitive. Should not require too much understanding or thinking while you're creating and performing with it. And very big request is high customization, not only on the form factor, how it is laid out and the shape, but also on how it functions and the modularity of it. So with this design, we have a very simple box. You can place samples inside the box, inside the receptacle here of the bubbles, and you can hit the box to produce sound. And if you hold your hand inside, it will repeat the rhythm. Now you have here different sections. If I am on the outmost section closer to me, it will just play one note. If I go more inside, it will start repeating the note. The more I go inside, the faster the repetition is. And it's all on musical timing. So, and it works with two hands. Now, the right side, right to left, is pitch. So, playing here will be higher pitch than here. And up and down is some dynamic expression, volume, together with the filter that dampens the sound. So like this, with two hands, you can create big variety of patterns. Now, there's another axis of expression, which is the twist of the hand. When it twists inside your body, the sample is shorter, and outside it's longer. And you have a very big here visual representation of the sound that you are creating, which really helped users to get a sense of what they're contributing to the whole jam, musical collaboration, which was a big factor for people. Sometimes they don't recognize what is the sound they're creating. So like this, you have a real strong representation, not only of what you hear, which is spatially localized also, but also you see it, and also you can't see it on the video, but the controllers have very strong haptic feedback that follows the intensity of the length and velocity of the sound. So if I am doing a closed sound, very loud, I will have a short haptic feedback on the controllers, and if I open it, it's quite long. And if I go down and make it more quiet, the haptic feedback is also more quiet, more toned down. So these are the main axes of expression, and there is another one that is the hitting. Actually, not only triggers a note, but it also resets the starting point of the rhythm. So for example, I'll give an example like this. So if I put my hand in at a certain time, it will play together, but if I put it in a different time, the pattern will be offset depending on when I put my hand through it. So with this, it's possible to create constant beats, but also variations. Like one of the participants noticed that having a clave pattern should be possible. And once the starting point of the pattern was activated, moving between the regions will not reset that pattern. So like this, it's possible to repeat specific patterns by moving around. So you can be very controlled in your performance, but also very expressive. Okay, so that's the first part of just the default behavior. There is also a loop that you can will repeat the gestures for you. You can delete it, you can switch it on and off, and you can decide the loop length. This whole mechanism of the loop will be transferred to the trigger button, so to make it more intuitive while you're playing, to be able to record the loops just as you're playing it, so you don't have to click this external button. That was also something based on the discussions, but didn't have a chance to implement it yet. And now that you understand the basics, we can show the customization side. So if you click edit, you have here a lot of options to expand, adjust, and customize this instrument. So the first thing that you get here is the ability to change the form factor, which was very important for some of the players, for a lot of the players, because many of them wanted to have maybe a different shape. Like, for example, the axis of the dynamic expression. For some players, they did not want it too wide. So maybe they can stack a few different instruments like this. Or some players did not want to have too much distance between when you hit and when you hold the fastest. So like this, you can really create whatever kind of arrangement, visual display that you want for the main interaction area. Besides that, you have here for the two hands a very powerful set of customizable features. So what you actually can see here is that for each hand you have available the outputs, the main outputs of the different axes. So the depth axis we keep only for the rhythm, which has been controlled here, but the rest, like the left and right movement, when I move my hand left and right, you see that left and right goes into the pitch, and up and down goes into left and right. Okay, left and right goes to pitch, up and down goes to volume and the low pass, and the hand twist goes to a decay of the sound. You have here other parameters like the high pass filter, a resonance, so you can actually use whatever arrangement you want, whatever axis to trigger and change any other parameter. This also enables other great things, like for example, you could take a completely new audio effect, like let's say a delay, and connect the audio output of this to a delay and use instead of using left and right to control the pitch, you can use it to control the delay. So you can see that this is now. So like this, it really allows you to use the basics of this instrument to control pretty much whatever you want. Not only you can use these to control external devices in this chain, but you can also use different modulators like an LFO to change the high pass filter. So making this instrument really highly super customizable. Also, you're not forced to only use samples. You can also use other synthesizers. Like, for example, you can use monophonic synthesizers. Let's unplug this. If I remove the bubble, I can just connect it here, and of course I can use all these these expressions to control different parameters on the synthesizer, which leads to the next part, which actually, as we were building and designing this instrument, realized that it's not only a very powerful drum instrument, it can actually be a very powerful melodic instrument as well. So if I put a melodic sample inside, very expressive, very fun to use. So for this, added more musical features for pitched instruments, like you can control the pitch range, the bottom pitch, 60 would be middle C, and you can make it follow the global scale of your patch, or be chromatic, or be completely free for microtonal. Musical creation. Besides that, there's also more parameters that you control for the number of rhythm levels in these different sections. What is the core subdivision that everything is played on top, and a few other options, like you can change the position of the sample start. And yeah, this is the core action of this new wonderful instrument.